Grabbing the boards like, I'ma go coast to coast. I'm on beats like Dosey Do. They don't wanna go toe to toe. Step into my court, you get put in the poster. We ain't talk to nobody if you ain't with the smoke. Run up on me, watch your ankles get broke.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Jdmc, and we're back with another video. Similar style to last video when I talked about the Blazers. Today I just want to talk about the 76ers and why I think they're a true dark horse and a contender to win this championship this year. I just want to start off by, saying obviously there is the Bucks, the Nets, the Lakers, Clippers. I think these teams should deserve to be more favorited, but I definitely think that the 76ers have a good chance. I'm sort of just talking off the top of my head, but I've just been thinking about the Sixers a lot in this situation, and I just sort of want to talk about what I'm thinking and see what you guys think about it all. But the first thing, a huge positive they did was get rid of Al Horford's contract. Like, that is solid, and to replace it with a 3-and-D player with Danny Green. Obviously Danny Green's won't have as much impact on a team as Al Horford could. Obviously Al Horford wasn't effective in the 76ers, but I don't think Danny Green adds as much as Horford adds. But for this current situation, to put a 3-and-D player in the 76ers in replacement for that power forward who's pretty much a center, Al Horford, that's a huge benefit for them. It clears up that cap room. It doesn't put them in an awkward spot. So now I think the 76ers are looking really nice, because if we sort of run through what their starting lineup could be, it's going to be like Ben Simmons at 1, Danny Green at 2, what's his name? Marquis Thibault. Sorry, I've probably said that real bad, but Thibault, the defender, the young dude who made the vlogs. Then they're going to be able to push Tobias Harris to the 4, which I think is his best position now, and then have Joel Embiid obviously at center with like Curry and stuff coming off the bench. So I think the 76ers need a little clap, little pucky. They've managed to turn this sort of ugly roster around that looked good on paper at the start of the year, especially defensively, but it just did not work. Like, Josh Richardson's a nice player as well, but he sort of needs to handle. He's sort of more of like a dribble pull-up shooter. Like, he just didn't really work well with Simmons too much, only in terms of being a backup playmaker. But I reckon that this team is so much more well constructed around Ben Simmons than Joel Embiid, and I think that this is an opportunity for Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons to show us what they got. Like, show us what you got, guys. Like, I'm not gonna reach this far, but I'll propose the idea. If they can't get it done this year, like if they can't get into the conference finals or maybe go to that finals, like, are they gonna blow it up? Are they gonna trade one of them? But I know I'm thinking a bit too far ahead, but I definitely think that the 76ers coming into this year, they've got a huge opportunity. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid have a lot more room to be themselves and work their own games. Also adding in Doc Rivers, I don't want to disrespect Mike Brown too much, but I definitely do think that he was a part of the problem in terms of he could have done a better job with the continuity of the team and stuff of that nature. It did feel like Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons were sort of on different pages sometimes, and Joel Embiid does have his health problems, but he didn't always look fit or like mentally engaged. So I definitely think adding Doc Rivers, who's a players coach, he relates to the players, he connects to them on a personal level, which I think for Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, I think that's going to transpire onto the basketball court a lot. I definitely think if he can get those two on the same page, the other stars, everyone else is going to have to follow. I think Tobias Harris is a really solid third option. He can get you 15 to 20 a night when you need him. I think Curry off the bench, who can play the 2 guard and also play backup point behind Simmons, he's going to be huge. We've seen what he did in the Mavericks and the damage he was causing against the Clippers. And I also think that Doc Rivers is in a spot now where they crapped out of the Clippers, so like Doc Rivers has sort of got to prove himself, like he's got this 3-1 sort of stigma over him. Obviously he's a championship coach with the Celtics, but that was 12-13 years ago now. So like I think mix between Doc Rivers having to prove himself, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid wanting to prove themselves, and then also all the other support players and like the Tobias Harrises and the Currys and the Thibaults, they all have their role, so they can all thrive in that. I think of this team now, no one's stepping on each other's toes. I think they've got more bench depth. They could still maybe add a couple more pieces, but like we haven't even mentioned Dwight Howard off the bench, who I think is a solid pickup behind Joel Embiid. So yeah, this 76ers team is really looking nice. Leave down your comments below what you think about the Sixers, where you think they might seed or how far you think they could go. But I'm gonna make a rough prediction now. Obviously the teams aren't finalized, but I like to see them in the Eastern Conference Finals, but the Bucks and Nets and maybe Heat are going to be hard, and the Celtics. The East is going to be tough, but I think that if they're a first round exit, you might look at trading one of them. Depends on the situation, but if they're all healthy and they're just a first round exit to like the Pacers, like maybe it's move on. But I definitely do want to keep an eye on the 76ers this year. I'm going to be watching a lot of their games. Sorry, so it's probably all a bit muddled. I just wanted to sort of talk about the Sixers and my sort of perception of them at the moment. But yeah, I'm really excited looking in the future for the Sixers. But make sure to like, subscribe, comment, leave your opinions below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.